Some will tell you these are criminals. They are not just targeting Christians. Take it easy. How many of those who perpetrate these crimes have been arrested and prosecuted? How many of them are in jail? How many of them have faced the death penalty?
It is so unfortunate that Nigeria, my own beloved country, our beloved country, is ranked number 5 in the entire world as the country with the highest number of Islamist terrorist organizations. Next only to Afghanistan in the first place, Pakistan, Iraq, Somalia, and then Nigeria. So in Africa, Nigeria is next to Somalia. Unfortunately, my country, the biggest black nation in the world, the pride of the black nation. But because we have a very wicked set of political class, especially from the Fulani class, who have made it a dream that they must impose Sharia in Nigeria. And so they are using the institutions of these terrorists to execute it because they know that they can.
A number of things Christians have suffered in this country can be compared to the crucifixion of the Lord. Do we talk about the takeover of...
When these killings are happening, even my state governor, the governor of Benue State, said, oh, these guys are coming from outside the country. They are mercenaries from outside the country. Many people who try to be politically correct always say they are mercenaries from outside the country. And now America is planning to send her soldiers to come and flush out these mercenaries who are outside the country. That's for a foreign problem, we desire or seek a foreign solution. And all of a sudden, a lot of people are crying and saying, no, that's a foreign intervention. And they don't want that foreign intervention. You call these terrorists foreigners, isn't it? So we want this foreign intervention. We, the victims, I'm a survivor, so I'm a victim. I'm in the right place to demand for the kind of solution we have. Nigerian government they say they've been trying for the past 10 years. According to them, we've not been seeing that try anyway. And it is still persisting. So we need extraordinary means. And so if Trump is bringing extraordinary means, we accept it.
Hold on a moment. Didn't our government, they've been telling us over the years that the crime that is happening in Nigeria, they are caused by foreign Fulanese militias. Is that not the narrative they've been selling for us? That they are foreign Fulanese. That's what they said. Am I right or wrong? So if they are foreign Fulanese and foreign militias and all, you have not been able to defeat them all these years. Why are you stopping foreign military to deal with them? You need foreign action to tackle this foreign menace that is befalling us, that is bedeviling the nation.
A number of things Christians have suffered in this country can be compared to the crucifixion of the Lord. Do we talk about the takeover of all Christian schools, all mission schools by Nigerian government? They took over those schools, destroyed them, turned our educational institutions into houses of formation of criminals and mediocres. People who can't write simple letters, who can't speak any language correctly, who can't solve their own problems, and won't pass any exam without cheating. And that is like crucifying, because that is a house. The school is a house of formation of character. Since after the takeover of schools, who has the correct statistics of the number of churches that have been burnt down in this country? Who knows how many Christians have been killed in this country because they are Christians? Some right inside the church. Some will tell you these are criminals. They are not just targeting Christians. Take it easy. How many of those who perpetrate these crimes have been arrested and prosecuted? How many of them are in jail? How many of them have faced the death penalty? The Catholic Church is against the death penalty. I'm talking about Nigerian law. But we know that if anything happens to some of those who perpetrate this crime, either in self-defense or in resistance, the government stands up. There is outrage everywhere in all levels of government. This selective outrage of government, this selective outrage of the police, of the army, of the security agencies, when innocent citizens are massacred and when criminals are repelled and in the repelling they die, this selective outrage is like, it's not only that they have killed him, they have taken the body away. They want to wipe off every trace. And some Christians are being provoked legitimately to react. Anytime any of them reacts, they are said to be taking the laws into their hands. But all those who trample the law with their feet, trample upon the law, they kill, they rape, they maim, they sack farmers, they harvest crops of farmers and feed it to their cattle. And when you say no, why are you doing this? It is death. And when they do that, they record it and post it to government to see. If you ask them question, you are killed. If you chase them away and while running away they die, you'll be condemned to death.
Hello, lovers of justice, of peace and freedom in Nigeria. I greet you all. So, barely 24 hours after President Donald Trump rightly elevated the status of Nigeria to that of our country of particular concern, especially there are a lot of reactions from Nigeria, from a lot of government officials, from a lot of our Islamic bodies, you know, but I'll pay more attention to that of government officials, you know, especially that of the president. The president in his statement said, Nigeria is a country of constitutional democracy that guarantees freedom of worship, freedom of religion. Nobody is denying that fact. It is in our constitution. It is captured by section chapter 4 of our constitution. But incidentally, in the same constitution, in section 10, the constitution stipulates that the government of the federation or any of the states shall not adopt any religion as a state religion. Unfortunately, at the dawn of this current democracy, this republic in 1999, Governor Sani Yerima of Zamfara State adopted Sharia, and that's a violation of the constitution because Nigeria, for goodness sake, is a secular democracy. It's a secular state. We have a lot of countries with Muslim majority in Africa, like Senegal with about 95% Muslims, like Sierra Leone. But these countries do not have anything to do with Sharia in their laws, in their constitution. Sharia is captured under customary law, which should ordinarily be the case. Like in Nigeria, we have customary courts, we have customary laws. And so, if you want your marriage, for instance, or your divorce, or family issues to be arbitrated by Sharia, then you choose the Sharia in the customary. That is ordinarily how it should be. But when you begin to raise Sharia as an official state policy that even criminalizes some aspect of the criminal law of Nigeria, you are adopting Sharia as a state religion. That is the beginning of this problem. When this Fulani elites started bringing Sharia principles into our government, we're a secular democracy. Now, the Fulani elites, starting from those in the traditional institutions to the political institutions, you know, have taken this jihad, this genocide, as a promise made by their forebearers, right from Ottoman Danfodio, to dip the Quran in the ocean. They cannot deceive everybody. They will rather continue to bask in the delusion of grandeur. The world has known all those things. You are fighting a fight that you cannot win. You must impose Sharia. You know, the Fulani elites, they are the ones who have made Nigeria a fertile ground for the oppression of a lot of Islamist terrorist organizations in Nigeria. It is so unfortunate that Nigeria, my own beloved country, our beloved country, is ranked number 5 in the entire world as the country with the highest number of Islamist terrorist organizations. Next only to Afghanistan in the first place, Pakistan, Iraq, Somalia, and then Nigeria. So in Africa, Nigeria is next to Somalia. Unfortunately, my country, the biggest black nation in the world, the pride of the black nation, But because we have a very wicked set of political class, especially from the Fulani class, who have met it a dream that they must impose Sharia in Nigeria. And so they are using the institutions of these terrorists to execute it, because they know that they cannot execute it through the law and through government. And so when they begin to bring out that very non-sitting, preposterous excuse of, they are in government but yet could not Islamize the country, that is because you cannot, ordinarily cannot. So you need, from the violent part, you need the terrorist organizations to do it. Why is Nigeria a fertile ground? Let's ask ourselves. To the terrorist organization. Only in Nigeria we have the Fulani terrorist organization, the most dangerous terrorist organization in Africa, that the government always deliberately refuse to call their names by, they refuse to always mention them. And that's the most dangerous terrorists that have terrorized the entirety of the Middle Belt up to the northwest and to the northeast. Then we have the Boko Haram, number 2. Then we have the Islamic State of West African Province, ISWAP, number 3. Then we have Lakurawa, 4. We have Ansaru, 5. We have Jama'atul Nasratu Islama Al-Muslimi, JNIM. Then even the government of Buhari designated the El Zazaki sect as a terrorist organization. So within Nigeria, we're having about 7 Islamist terrorist organizations. For what? What are they doing? What is their purpose? What is their objective? Islamize Nigeria. That is the objective. And then you begin to say there's no Christian genocide. Only in Nigeria, you have over 7 Islamist terrorist organizations out of 193 countries in the world. 195 with the 2 other non-sovereign nations that are non-member of the United Nations. And then out of 55 countries in Africa, Nigeria is ranked number 5 as the country with the highest number of Islamist terrorist organizations. And number 2 in Africa out of 55 countries in Africa as the second biggest nation hosting the highest number of Islamist terrorist organizations. Why? Why? If the government really wants to fight this, it will die down within a week. So instead of the government disturbing our ears by talking about freedom of worship out of the constitution, nobody denies that. The government should stand up, go after, crush them, remove all those Fulani guys in the security architecture. No Rubadu doesn't have any business being national security advisor. He won't fight the Fulani terrorist. He will call the killings in Middle Belt former Hera crisis. He has been saying that. And then when you hear him talk about the IPOP or ESN, he talks as if he will kill himself. He talks with so much intensity. Remove all the Fulani ministers of defense and ministers of civil defense. Let's heal our country. Let's rebuild our country. Heal it. Let's put moratorium on Fulani occupying these sensitive positions first. When we finish building our country and healing the wounds they created, then they can come in. So rather than the government just try to debunk Christian killings in Nigeria, which everybody has known the reality of it, they should rather show seriousness by fighting this menace and let our people return back to their ancestral homes. They don't have any business being in the IDP camps. The people of Plateau, of Mangu, of Panshin, of Kanke, of Barkeladi, of Riom, of Basa do not have any business being in the IDP camps. The people in Benue from Apa to Agatu, to Gwe West, to Gwe East, to Makondi, to Uma, to Logo, to Ukum, to Sankara, Katsinala, to Kwandi, do not have any business being in the IDP camp. The people in Southern Kaduna from Kachia to Kafancha, to Kogoro, to Kajuru, Chikun, Jeba, they do not have any business being in the IDP camps. Gwantu people, why should they be in their own ancestral homes? You are killing them, and when the government talks, when the international community talks, you begin to bring a preposterous notion of the freedom of worship and religion as guaranteed by a constitution. Enough is enough. Nigeria must be right for all of us. We don't have any business adopting any religion anywhere. We are a secular nation. Everybody who desires to worship his religion should do that in peace, and it's a private matter. You shouldn't bring it into state policy. and then begin to unleash terrorists after us killing our people. Enough is enough, please.